We're continuing on with the information return report that is disclosing to everybody what this chart means that I have up here. We've given an overview of the chart in the first segment, and now we're going to focus on one particular part of the chart. We're going to focus purely on the amnesty section. What does that mean? Well, right now, if somebody has overseas income that they haven't reported on any kind of asset, be it a tangible asset or an intangible asset, financial assets, foreign bank accounts, anything like that, and they haven't reported it, they face a numerous amount of penalties. Penalties that can wipe everyone out financially and put people in jail. Not that that's the daily bill of fare, but that's what's on the law. The penalties start with the FBAR penalty as the sword over everyone's head, and that is have your foreign assets, have 50% of them be taxed because you haven't reported income on them and reported that they exist. Well, amnesty, there's been 2 amnesty programs where the Internal Revenue Service has said, we're going to let people come in, clean up their act if they're in this situation with foreign income, give them fixed where they know just what it's going to cost them, waive all criminal penalties, and let everybody come in and just fess up. Well, the first 2 programs were very successful because the pressure was on. A lot of people, because the Swiss banks got caught in America doing some bad tax shelter deals, and the Justice Department had the power to squeeze Switzerland, was the bottom line. People knew they were going to get reported. They rushed into the amnesty program. That program was so successful. The second one was done for the year end 2011. Now each one of those had dates that ended at a specific time. Now there's an open-ended time where people can come in on the amnesty program at any time. It's a stiffer amnesty program than the first 2. But it's there. And it gets tighter and tighter as you will see all these other reporting requirements that are in the law to make you disclose everything. But let's deal with the amnesty. Instead of any of the typical penalties, like the FBAR penalty, the 50% penalty, like the penalty for failure to file, like the failure to file all kinds of information returns, even doing away with the civil fraud penalty, which can be 75% of the taxes that were omitted, including doing away with all the criminal penalties that could be applied with tax evasion. That's what one gets with the IRS Amnesty Program, which is all shown here. It comes at a high price, also shown here. To the extent, going back a full 8 years, that you have foreign assets that have produced income, there's going to have to be disclosure. The taxes omitted on that foreign income are going to have to be paid with amended tax returns. They're going to be subject, those taxes, to a 20% penalty on the taxes. There's going to be interest on those taxes. Now, a lot worse, there's going to be a 27.5% cost on the highest value of the bank account or asset where the income from that was not shown. 27.5%. $4 million bank account. That means $1,100,000 that you're paying on a penalty on top of all these taxes going back 8 years. Now, eligibility. The main eligibility is to not be under investigation at all, civilly or criminally, by the IRS. If that's the case, you're able to get a pre-clearance from the IRS that you're going to be eligible for this amnesty program. Payment, If you can't pay it, possible to make an offer in compromise with the IRS. There's a lot of forms that need to be filed with this amnesty program. Tax returns, amended tax returns, disclosures, but there's a lot of guidance on this also. There's also the possibility to get smaller penalties. There's a possibility to have a 5% penalty on your bank deposits, and that's in the event it's really been a dormant bank deposit. There's a possibility to pay only a 12.5% penalty if it's a very low amount of maximum $75,000. And there's no FBAR penalties and no penalties under the amnesty. If you've paid all your taxes on your foreign income, you just never filed the forms. So that concludes the amnesty program, an overview of the new law on the amnesty program for foreign bank deposits and other assets.